Hi, everybody. This is Charles Harper. I'm with a friend of mine, Alicia Lyttle. And over the years, Alicia and her sister, Lorette, what they have done is they have helped small businesses in their local area. And then they take what they learn and then they bring it back to the community. And so people who maybe they don't want to run an agency or they don't really know quite how to get started in helping small businesses, they then educate those folks to help another business. Right? And I know there are a lot of you all who are listening who you want to be able to do something, but maybe don't quite know how to get started. And today, we're going to talk about Facebook in particular, because I know that if you talk to a small business, they know their traffic is there. They know their customer is there, but they're going to start talking to you about ads. And I don't know if that's something that you know, but Alicia, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Alicia, as I said, people start talking immediately about Facebook ads because they want to reach those customers. And so if you were, if you were to kind of explain what it is you've learned recently, and just kind of give us some idea of what kinds of things people can do outside of the whole ad realm.
Yes, sure. So here's the thing. Facebook has all of these great tools that help us to promote local businesses outside of ads. So let's say, for example, you're working with a local business. And let me just say this, working with a local business, it's easier to get results than doing e-commerce, than working with a coach or an author. So I personally favor local businesses, especially restaurants, right? Because restaurants really need new customers. All local businesses need new customers. Would you agree, Charles?
That's right.
Every local business owner that you ask, hey, what's the one thing if I could deliver for you that you would want? What are they going to answer? Right? More customers. Absolutely. More customers. So what we do is we deliver them more customers using Facebook's tools that are so friendly to local businesses. The problem is local businesses don't know about it. So recently, what my sister and I, Lorette, have really been focusing on are Facebook events, right? So when we put up a Facebook event for a business, so let's say Lorette puts up an event for a business, and then I say on that event, there's a button on the event that says, are you interested in this event or are you going? If I just say that I'm interested, that interest shows up in all my friends' newsfeed. So Charles, you're going to see that in your newsfeed. Right. Alicia is interested in Taco Tuesdays, right, at Harper restaurant, Harper Mexican restaurant. And so you're going to say, Alicia's my friend, Taco Tuesday. I'm going to ask my wife, maybe we'll go too. And then you click that you're going to the event. Now it's seen in all your friends' news feeds. And then your wife sees it in her news feed and she's like, I'm so excited that we're going. Let me confirm that I'm going. And it's in all her friends' news feed. So now it starts to go viral for that restaurant and everyone's talking about Taco Tuesday. And all they did was put up an event and I said I was interested and it starts to go viral. Now that is an amazing tool, because what we're facing right now is that we're in a time where millennials and those of us on Facebook, and it's human nature to want to be connected and to do things, right? So we look for things to do, for people to do it with, and we want to see what our friends are doing and be part of something. So if you can make people part of something for a local business, then boom, the business starts to see results from it. And a lot of times, I gave you the example of restaurants, but let me give you a far-fetched example. Let's talk about a cell phone repair store. Now, we have a cell phone repair store as clients, and they're like, we don't do events. So when you think of an event, it doesn't have to be a physical event with balloons and a bounce house outside. It doesn't have to be like that. It's us as marketers being creative and thinking about how can we make this business have an event that pulls people in. So as we're sitting down and we're thinking about the cell phone repair company, we're like, all right, let's do Fix It Friday. If you come in with your broken cell phone or your broken laptops on Friday, you get $10 off your complete your complete fix. So we put it up on Facebook, Fix It Friday up on Facebook on the page. We're like, do you have a broken phone? Pictures of the broken phone before and after. and come in on Friday for Fix It Friday, $10 off. There were no balloons. There were no signs that said today is Fix It Friday. It's just on Facebook. And all you have to do is mention that you're here for Fix It Friday. So people started saying that they're interested, and then it started spreading in their newsfeed for this local business. Friday comes, the business owner sends us a message, more people in on Friday than ever before. Then during the whole week, you know, numbers are really high, people all talking about Fix It Friday.
Right.
Now, what starts to happen around that local business, the people that went in for Fix It Friday, they see somebody, you know, next to them, and they have a cell phone and there's a crack in it. And they're like, oh, did you know that, you know, so-and-so has a Fix It Friday on Friday? It's not like you can just go get your cell phone repaired there. It now becomes something that's important to tell that person about. It sticks in your mind. It becomes this event. And your friend's like, I've been living with this crack for 5 months, right? But if I get $10 off on Fix It Friday, I'm going to go. Like, they have passed the cell phone store every single day for 5 months. But now that it's an event, now that it's something to do, now that it's something to go to, they save it up and they go on Friday. So the business owner is saying, people are coming on Friday. They're telling their friends about Fix It Friday. Fix It Friday is now our thing. That's what we do, you know, on Fridays. And so as he messages us, he's like, the pickup is on Friday. Now, people are still coming during the week. The regular walk-in traffic hasn't changed, but Fix It Friday is bringing in people that otherwise would not have gone to that business because they're hearing about it through this event on Facebook. And then something that we teach is, you know, the different ways to keep that event alive and motivated, and how to respond to people that are saying that they're coming to the event. So the virality, is that how you say it? Of it starts to like jump and just go through the roof. So the more that you can really engage with people that say that they're coming and send reminders to them, it's so easy. It's mind-boggling. Like Fix It Friday, really, we might spend cumulatively an hour and a half, 90 minutes a month upkeeping Fix It Friday. Don't tell the business owner that. He thinks we spend 40 hours a week based on his results. But it's a really simple thing. And thanks to Facebook and the tools that they provide, it's, you know, amazing for businesses.
This is interesting because part of what I'm hearing, and one of the reasons why people are saying we've got to do ads, is because, you know, all of a sudden they say organic reach in Facebook is no longer, is no longer even effective. But you're doing this right now, right? So how are you overcoming this algorithm change where, you know, they say organic reach is 2%, but you're overcoming that?
Right. So here's what we're doing. And with a lot of Facebook tools is that what happens with a Facebook event is we've got some quick tips on how to make that event really go viral without spending any money on ads. And that is, you know, if I start off and say that I'm interested, it starts to get the ball rolling. So you, as the person that's setting up the event for the business owner, say that you're interested. But when you set up a Facebook event, Facebook allows you to invite people to the event, and it doesn't cost a penny, like not a dime. So you and the business owner inside of a Facebook event click on, you know, invite my friends, and you start to invite people to that event, and then they start to respond, and it doesn't cost you a penny. Could you boost it and put money on it? Sure, you could. I mean, the maximum maybe would be $5 or something like that. But if you just go through the tips of what to do, then you don't need to spend the money on ads. Like it's Facebook bills it so that, you know, we can invite our friends and get it started without spending a penny. It's really brilliant. When we found that little button that said invite friends and we started inviting people, you immediately see the results. Can you imagine? I'm like, oh, Charles invited me to Taco Tuesday. Hey, Charles, what's up? You know, you feel a way. The word invited makes you part of something. So when somebody invites you to something, you now become part of something. And that's what we want. I want to be part of something. Don't you want to be part of something, Charles?
That's right. Yeah. You know, when I think about this, there are probably going to be people who are listening. Let's say that somehow or another I snuck into this call and I'm really work for a restaurant, right? I could be, I'm kind of a partner. So this is something that even if I'm not necessarily a consultant, I could do as an assistant to the restaurant.
Absolutely. Anyone can do it, really, anyone. All you would need is access to the page, which is, the easiest thing to get. And then anyone can do it. Here's the thing with this, with what we're teaching, you don't need any Facebook previous experience. You don't need to be social on social media yourself. You don't need to know even how to really put up a post. Like, we made it so simple that you just you just set up the event and you can post that event to the page. Like, honestly, you don't need social media marketing experience. And that's what makes a lot of the strategies we teach so attractive to our students, to business owners, is that, you don't have to sit there. Me, myself, I know a whole lot in social media marketing. I can run ads we have clients from banks to bakeries, car dealerships. Like, I do the whole shebang. Right. But with some of our businesses, I realized that, wow, I just need to do this thing to get these results. I don't need to do the whole shebang that everybody preaches. We need to know everything about social media marketing. You mean I can just set up an event? We just set up Fix It Fridays. We don't do anything else. Everything just supports this Fix It Friday. And that gives the business owner more work than he needs, right? He's overwhelmed on Fridays, and then it picks up, his work during the week starts to pick up. There's people who are like, $10, I don't really care. I just want my phone fixed. But they heard about him through Fix It Friday. And if you go into your local plazas, you drive around now, you'll notice that cell phone repair stores are everywhere right now, right? They're everywhere. So you have to stand out with something. This is just an example, but he stands out because of this type of event that he has. What type of event can, you do for your clients? Or if you work somewhere, what type of event can you set up for that business? Or if you're a business owner, think about, really, you don't have to do it yourself. You need to focus on your business, but put somebody in your business to focus on these strategies that make sense so that you can get new customers. What I always tell businesses is, listen, if you don't want new customers, let's just stop the conversation right now, because it's dangerous. You'll get new customers coming in that door, and they'll be talking about what you've set up and how they appreciate being part of what you put together.
Yeah, when you think about this, how much time are we talking about? So let's say that I am a business owner and I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, well, I'm already busy. I don't really have a lot of extra time to start doing, learning social media all over. If you had to say, how much time would I have to put in? What would you say, Alicia?
Yeah, it takes me under 9 minutes to set up a Facebook event. So it's really simple. And again, as I was stating before, you don't need to know, Facebook ads. You don't need to set up an ad account. You don't need to do all the technical stuff to make it work. If you want to take things to the next level later, I don't blame you. Do that later. But if you just want some customers now, we have training. And I think that's the key, is just to learn what to do and what to do right. Because when we first started doing Facebook events, we didn't really know how to do it right to make it go super viral. So the business would see, one or two things, but then we practiced. And let me tell you something, we practiced with horseback riding stables, with events in like expos. Our clients went to expos. We practiced with car dealerships. Like, you have to put in the work to understand how it works in order to be able to teach people what works and what to do so that they don't make all the mistakes that you made, right? But now we've narrowed it down to make it into practically a science where you can say, this is what you need to focus on. This is what your wording needs to be in this event. There's one sentence that if you leave it out of your event, you are cutting the ability of it to go viral by 75%, right? So you just, learn what we have spent years really testing, and then use that to set up your Facebook event and really make it go viral. Even just like going through just the tips, we've got 10 tips that you need to follow. You're like, wow, that makes sense. Got it. That's so simple to do. I didn't even know that. There's these things that, I wish, well, I'm glad that they didn't, because, I wish they did. Facebook did put out something that was like, here's how you do Facebook events properly. Yeah. But, I was just saying, I'm fine with the fact that they didn't, because all the trial and error made me a better Facebook events generator of events. But there's no quick guide by Facebook that says, here's how to do events, here's how they work, best practices, case studies. So we put that all together. It's like taking our experience and putting it all together so that the business owner, the consultant, the employee at the business can say, if I just follow these steps, I can do it.
Alicia, you've been doing this ever since I've known you personally. So this is not something that you just walked into. You kind of progressed into this, and so now this is kind of the outgrowth of what you've done. I want you to talk a little bit about the guide now, because the guide really will be the difference between kind of hearing what we're talking about and then really being able to execute on some of these things you're talking about. So talk a little bit about the guide that people can get.
Right. So we have a course. It's videos, it's guides, it's transcripts and step-by-steps, it's checklists. And what we did was we put together all of our experience into a course so that you can watch the course, follow it step-by-step, and, get started right away. It won't take you long to go through the course, but you'll feel way smarter that you did. It really is step-by-step. And, you can tell when you go through the course that we've really put a lot into it. We love it. We're proud of the work that we do for local businesses. We're proud of the fact that we can help other people to earn a fantastic income helping local businesses. So, we charge between $197 and $497 to set up Facebook events for businesses. And do you think Mr. Fix-It Friday or our Taco Tuesday business or our car dealership, do you think they're happy paying that? Of course they are, right? If you just think about like Mr. Fix-It Friday, he gets 20 people in on Friday just from our ad, and the average fix for him can be $89 up, So it really, and then people buy screen protectors while they're there. They buy new cases while they're there. They buy all these accessories and he upsells them. So, he's happy to dish out what he needs to never worry about setting up his own Facebook event or, the programs that we set up for him. So, your question was this guide that we put together, and it really is a step-by-step training that will take you from knowing nothing to successfully executing the strategy to get more customers in the door. So it solves the biggest problem. How do I drive more customers into this business, right? It solves that problem by saying, here's the strategy to put in place, and it will drive new customers into the business, and it will continue to work as long as you keep working it and putting it into place.
Yeah, because you talked about, at the beginning, you talked about restaurants, but obviously the example that you've spoken about on this call, we've talked about a cell phone store as an example.
Right.
So really, this strategy can work for any kind of local business, not just restaurants or cell phone owners.
Correct. I mean, I do it for our event. So we have a training company, and we did an event last weekend. We have one coming up this weekend, and we set the same strategy in place for it. And the event is sold out. And, it's a 2-day event. We've got about 35 people paying $150. And next weekend is sold out. Like, we're overselling. We have to keep setting up weekends because it's, people are talking about it. It's getting spread. People want to come. So here's the thing. Imagine if your friends say that they're interested in an event. Now you just made a recommendation. You gave it more credibility. So people who've never heard about our hands-on training are now seeing it as, when their friends say they're interested in going, they're seeing that as a recommendation, and it's transferring that credibility onto us. So any business, with your question, yes, I was using a cell phone repair store as an example, but for a restaurant, we have Taco Tuesday, Sangria Saturdays. We just do it for all these different types of businesses. But the real point was, if you don't have an event in mind, you can make one up. And I like to teach, like in this guide, I'm really teaching about how to do it for restaurants, because restaurants are a hungry niche. If you think about it, do restaurants need new customers all day long, usually 3 times a day, right, coming into their door? They do. Do people come back to a restaurant, repeat customers? Yes, they do, but not every day. So how is a restaurant going to get new business? And, restaurants have a stress rate, I like to call it, that restaurant owners know that it's really hard to stay in business and keep your doors open in that first year, and that first 2 years are critical. First 5 years, they're like, hanging on. But if you can make it where the restaurant owner comes out and he looks at his restaurant and it's full of people eating, that's what they want, right? And then those customers talk about the business and bring in more customers. That's, the business has to have their stuff going great as well. So I never work with a business or a restaurant that can't bring in repeat customers because their service is bad or their food is bad, right? But as long as the restaurant is, a great restaurant, or the business is a great business, this strategy will help them to bring new customers in the door. Restaurant, horseback riding stable, dentist, chiropractor, AC repairman, like whatever, whatever it is.
Or as in your case, I mean, you do training. So some of the people who are listening to this, they do training. They show people how to market their. So let's say that I want to do an event and I want to do something on how to help small businesses on marketing their business.
Yes.
I could use this strategy even to do that.
You better use this strategy to do it. You better.
That's fantastic. What I like about this is that, first of all, again, most of the things that that get discussed that are in this is how to get clients. And I think you covered that, but the focus of this is how to help the business.
Correct. Yes. Because yes, getting clients is so important. You need that client, but the strategy has to work in order for the client to want to keep you on. So I'm a strong believer in everything that you do should have reoccurring income built into it when you do work for a client. If I'm going to do work for this cell phone repair store, I don't want it to be a one-off thing and collect a one-time payment. I want them to pay me every single month, right? And so social media marketing is the perfect business to get into to get those businesses paying you month after month. Do you think Mr. Fix-It Friday or our Taco Tuesday, do you think they want their customers, they want it to stop? No, they don't. They do not want it to stop. They're saying to themselves, if paying her keeps customers coming in my door, I'm going to keep paying her. We have some of our customers that pay us early. I'm like, no, your bill's not due till the 15th. I have a customer that pays me a check for $1,500 a month, and he's always like, come pick it up early. It's ready. Check is ready. He wants to make sure I can never say your campaign is turned off, right? So, and you can't blame them. I mean, and once you know how to do this strategy for local businesses, I'm a strong believer in that you should set up businesses for yourself and do it for yourself. Mm-hmm. So, as Charles knows some of this, I have a training center. I teach people how to do different things. So it's basically a digital marketing academy, and you can come in and physically come to class. I also have an Airbnb where I bought a house and I put it on Airbnb. I use events to book out my Airbnb. So here's the thing. The events that are coming up in the local area where the Airbnb is sold out on those events. And I double the price of what I would usually charge a night, triple the price in one case. So, I'm saying, all right, what are the events that are coming up? Because people go to events. What are the events that are coming up? And then how can I set up a special deal for those events? My special deal is more expensive. You have to pay more money. but you get to stay in a place instead of being on the street, because the place, the area is going to be full for these events. So I'm so excited, the events that are coming up, and some of them are far out, but we're booked up for them. So once you know how to do these type of strategies, you can set up other businesses, you can do other things. So I always tell, my students and those that I teach, commit to learning social media, even if it's just one strategy, commit to learning it, because that can change your future, your business, your income, your possibilities, and what you can do for other people and other businesses. So commit to learning social media, even if it's just one strategy, because it's so important to know the number one tool for driving traffic, social media marketing.
It's fantastic. Well, I've got a link right down here below where people can get this guide. Now, depending on when they're hearing, it might not be for another day. So you may not want to hang on, but when the door is open, I would suggest you get in there and get it. It's right down here below. And then head on over there and pick it up. Alicia, any sort of last words once people actually get the guide? They want to get started fast. What should they do?
Yeah. So you're also going to get an invitation to join our Facebook group. Join it. You'll see that the group will give you the confidence and the tools to go out there, get clients, and put this into practice. So, the key is action and implementation, right? So watch the training videos. And there's two types of people who jump into social media marketing. One is the person who's like, I'm going to go out there, talk to local businesses. I know businesses. I'm not afraid. We have a great section on prospecting, by the way. And I go through a strategy called the 5-25-5 strategy, which will get you your first 5 clients, right? So go through that strategy. But if you know a business, you go out there, get a business as a client, great. If you're a little bit shy and maybe a little bit of an introvert and we have strategies for just sending like Facebook inbox messages or emailing business owners, you can do that as well. But the thing is to take action. You have the tool. It's proven to be successful. If you just want to get your feet wet by, testing it out, do a free trial for a week or two for a business and see how it works. Build up your confidence that you can actually do it. So if you've never, had your own business before, guess what? This is your opportunity. Step in, have your own business. Of course, I love it because I'm your teacher and I'm your trainer and I'm passionate about this. Can you tell?
Yeah.
I really love it. And I'll leave you with this. This is an opportunity for you to make money. You're setting up a business, offering the service to local businesses. Or if you're a business listening to it, this is your opportunity to increase your business. But here's the biggest thing. This strategy brings more customers into a business. And the best type of business to be in is one that you feel really good about. Mm-hmm. So imagine, I love the messages I get. Like I just did all you can eat crab night for a restaurant, right? It's every Thursday. I know you're interested in that one, right. Charles, right? So with the all you can eat crab night, like the business owner messaged me and she said, wow, don't stop, do it again. We had so many new faces in the restaurant. And not only did they order from the all-you-can-eat crab night, but they ordered from the regular menu, which means they ordered drinks, additional things to the all-you-can-eat, and that's where her real profit comes in. So when I read that message, I was like, yes, let's keep going with all-you-can-eat crab night. And she has been struggling in her business. She really has. So for me, when I read that, I felt great about it. I don't know. I'm old, but I still screenshot it and sent it to my mom. And I'm like, Mom, look what I did. You're making it. So there's no better feeling. So get in there, do it. And I really feel like it's my, I'm really, blessed to be able to do this. And it's my obligation to teach as many people as possible. The thing is, when you look at how many local business Facebook pages are out there, there's like 65 million. Mm-hmm. And Facebook is reporting that only 4 million of those are actively advertising on the page. The rest, the 61 million, have no idea what to do. Right. And when I even go to my local plaza, like people are like, why don't you just keep the strategies for yourself and rock it and do it? But when I go to my local plaza and look around, I'm like, this is too many just for me. Like there are so many businesses out there for us to help. If you just close your eyes and think about it for a second, you'll see that the door is wide open for you. And if you think about the businesses that need you, you'll realize that, it's a great business to be in. So I encourage you, grab the course, get started, get in the Facebook group, see what other people are doing, take action, implement what you learn, make that money and help some businesses at the same time.
That's awesome. Alicia, thank you. Everybody, the link is right down here below. Hit the link, head on over there, and then I'll see you. And of course, you can chat with me about what I'm learning too, because I'll be right in there with you. So everybody, this has been Alicia Lyttle. Thank you again, Alicia. I appreciate you and appreciate the work you're doing and for sharing this with us.
Awesome. Thank you, Charles. Thanks, guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.